Dear students, hope you are well. Today we will learn about this bone. It is known as bony pelvis, and some of us is fond of the term articulated bony pelvis. Okay? Bony pelvis are consist of 4 bones which are joined with each other by 4 joints, and there are 2 major ligaments present here. What are the bones? Let's see. One sacrum, one coccyx, and 2 hip bone. 4 joints are right sacroiliac joints. Here is left sacroiliac joint. Pubic symphysis and sacrococcygeal joint. And there are 2 ligaments, 2 major ligaments. One is sacrospinous ligament, the ligament which comes from the sacrum up to the ischial spine, and another is sacrotuberous ligament. The ligament comes from the sacrum up to the ischial tuberosity, the sacrotuberous ligament. That ligament will be present here in this manner, sacrotuberous ligament. Okay. The pelvis houses the pelvic viscera. What are those? Here from the torso we can see that sigmoid colon, then rectum, and below that anal canal. In front of the rectum there is the urinary bladder, and on each side of the urinary bladder there are 2 ureters, and there are some small portion of the coils of the small intestine is also present here. We have removed it to see these clearly. In the female, it has an important function of accommodating the growing fetus in the uterus, and at the end of gestation it provides a bony canal through which the fetus passes during vaginal delivery. Here you can see that the dummy fetus is coming out through the bony canal of the pelvis. The sacroiliac joint is the articulation between the sacral and iliac articular surfaces. Here the articular surfaces are hidden within the joints. It is a plain variety of synovial joint, and its function is to transmit the weight of the body from the vertebral column to the lower limbs. The anterior and posterior sacroiliac ligaments, which are not shown here, those ligaments will situated, anterior sacroiliac ligament will situated in front of the sacroiliac joint here, and posterior sacroiliac ligaments will situated behind the joint, and the interosseous sacroiliac ligament fill the irregularities between the articulating bones. These ligaments soften during pregnancy, and hence the mobility of the joints becomes slightly more. The erector spinae muscle will situated here, and gluteus maximus will situated here. In this manner will present behind this joint, and the psoas major and iliacus muscle cover the ventral or pelvic surface of the joint. The nerves related to the pelvic or ventral surface of the joints are the lumbosacral trunk, obturator nerve, and femoral nerve. Here you can see that the formation of the common iliac vein behind this red colored vessel. The blue colored large vessel is common iliac vein up to this, from here to here. This common iliac vein is formed by the union of the internal iliac vein and external iliac vein, and the bifurcation of the common iliac artery is also occurred in front of the sacroiliac joint. After bifurcation, the common iliac artery will divide into 2 branches. One is external iliac artery, another is internal iliac artery. So the formation of the common iliac vein and bifurcation of common iliac artery occur in front of the joint. The ureter crosses in front of the sacroiliac joint. Here is the ureter. On this side here is the ureter. Okay. It is the pubic symphysis and is the joint between the 2 pubic bones. It is located anteriorly in the midline It is a secondary cartilaginous joint. Very slight movements are possible in this type of joint. Why it is called secondary cartilaginous? Because during development, cartilaginous cell appears later in between the bones, and on each side of the fibrocartilage there are hyaline cartilage. From this side to that side, if we tell the structures, what are structures present here? Here is the bone, then on the surface of the bone it is lined by the hyaline cartilage. At midline there is fibrocartilage, then again hyaline cartilage lined the surface of the other bone, and then the another bone. And another joint is sacrococcygeal joint. Here is the sacrococcygeal joint, okay, which is a secondary cartilaginous joint between the base of the coccyx and apex of the sacrum. It is the mobile joint of the bony pelvis. Now we will read about the subdivisions of pelvis. The pelvis is divided into a false pelvis, this portion, it is also known as the greater pelvis, and a true pelvis or lesser pelvis by the pelvic brim. Here is the pelvic brim. This one is pelvic brim. Okay, brim means the corner of a cup. Okay, I am showing the brim here again. Here is the brim. Okay, this pelvic brim divides the pelvis into two portions. One is the greater portion. Above one is the greater portion. It is known as the greater pelvis or false pelvis. And another one is the true pelvis or lesser portion. Below the pelvic brim, here is the true pelvis or the lesser pelvis. The boundaries of the pelvic brim consist of sacral promontory and ala of the sacrum, and then the linea terminalis. Okay, and this linea terminalis is also consists of three structures. One is arcuate line of the ilium, then pectineal line of the superior ramus of the pubis, and pubic crest. Here the pubic crest is situated. This one is pubic tubercle. This one is pubic tubercle. But here is the pubic crest. Clear? The false pelvis lies above the pelvic brim. It is formed by the iliac fossa. Here on both sides these are the iliac fossa, and limited above by the iliac crest. Here is the crest. If we draw an imaginary line here, then it is our false pelvis. The cavity of the false pelvis is the part of the abdominal cavity, and true pelvis is divided into pelvic inlet. The pelvic brim also acts as a pelvic inlet. Here is the pelvic cavity and pelvic outlet. It is the pelvic outlet.